Welcome back to Conspiriality channel, and today we are back in Kampot, Cambodia, and we are at Phnom Chhnork, and that means, funnily enough, Sarcastic Mountain. Maybe we'll find out why it's called Sarcastic Mountain or Sarcastic Hill. What a strange name to give the place. And anyway, so after my Bokor tour, I checked on my phone to see if there was any more interesting historical anomalies in the Kampot area, and one that came up was this interesting temple inside a cave. So I asked my tuk-tuk driver to take me there, and en route I saw this, and I wanted to get him to just stop for a moment just so I could take some pictures of this interesting sort of rock hillside or mountain. And the reason it interested me so much, if I zoom into this image here, you'll start to see what I saw from a distance. So you've got all this strange sort of rock sticking out among all these trees, and I saw, you know, quite obvious straight lines. And obviously, as an investigator, I wanted to have a closer look, and lo and behold, Phnom Chhnork was actually based within this mountainside, on this side here, on the left side where my mouse is at the moment. So I stopped off here, had a little look, and actually Phnom Chhnork, the actual temple inside a cave, was located around here. Okay, so that's where we headed first of all, and here we are with my first image of the actual rock, or whatever you really want to call it, because even just here I can see some interesting 45-degree angles in several places, which to me bear resemblance of something that's been cast by man. Stone mixtures that have been poured in layers and sections. Okay, when I look at these things now, I don't just see nature. We are told everywhere we go by geologists that they're all natural formations. Funniest thing is, all of us personal investigators are finding more and more out, and we're kind of coming to the conclusion now that actually these things are all man-made. And is that why it's called Sarcastic Mountain? Because they're telling us one thing, but actually the reality is a completely different story. Is that why? Again, you can just see stones set on stones. Look, come on. Let's have a closer inspection of this place. Again, more towards one of the entrances, which is just in here. Again, look, how many straight lines and sort of set angles can you get? Again, here's 45 degrees, we saw a second ago, but here there's more of a straight line up and across, and to me that looks like cast sections. There's the opening, or one of the openings, to part of the cave inside, and this outside, nice and flush, it's been cast, and then another one's been set on top. If you can tell me that that's completely natural, I'm going to tell you to take a closer look. This is from inside the cave. Some of the walls are like this, and they're kind of bumpy but smooth, and they just don't seem right. Again, to me, I don't think that's actually natural. And here's another sort of image of it, and you can see it's sort of been messed around with here and there. Very strange, very strange. And this is my tuk-tuk driver Matt. He was an absolutely great guy, and if anyone's ever going to go Kampot, I highly recommend that you go to Green Mango Resort and Sabai Beach Resort as well. And on another video I will be detailing those places a little bit more, so if you do ever go there, you'll know where to go. Again, here's just some stalactite kind of things coming off the sort of ceiling of the inside of this cave, and just some really weird rocks, stones. So I've found this sort of cavity low down, and I've gone in there a little bit further with a camera and found this sort of metal bolts and whatnot. It's obviously something holding up the construction, but again, is that what you really expect to find inside a cave? Maybe that's just something that's, you know, holding some of it up. Obviously it's not rusty, it's kind of new. Just speculating here. Again, here's a shot which shows a cavity, which for me would probably have had a pipe or something in it. Just seems too straight. Doesn't seem quite right. And as you can see, it's all kind of done in layers here. And here you've got like a shelf that they've created. But it's sort of moulded into this strange sort of inside the cave. So for me, it's almost like it's all man-made, and I think this is quite a big clue. But again, it's just speculation at the moment. Anyway, outside again, look at these nice cast stones. Very interesting place. Again, nice and flush. Again from the outside, and just too many intriguing angles and stuff that just don't look natural. And you've got some of these sort of long cuts, and obviously as I chase the cut up onto the higher part, it just looks like there's some cement and brickwork around it, which is a little bit interesting for inside a cave that's meant to be completely natural. And here, just some, I don't know, some cuts on some rocks. But then, well, let's have another look closer. So from here you just think, you know, maybe there's some chase marks or cut marks from some sort of tools. Fact is, when I went closer, what do you see in the gap? I see lead. I think I see lead there. And that, to me, tells me that that's not a cut, but that's man-made mixtures, one, and then one poured on top. And why would they have lead in there? Very interesting. So again, would you have lead in there if it was a completely natural cave? I don't think you would. So there's another little clue that, you know, there's something else going on. Okay. Again and again, just very interesting. And again, I'll be honest, I don't think this is a natural stone. It just doesn't look natural. It looks like it's been made up to me. And it's, again, it's very angular. And this is to the heights at the top. And very sort of ridged kind of effect on this wall here. It sort of bends in and out. And here a little close up, and you know, you just think, oh, it's just some rocks, but look, you see far too many cast sections, as if actually there's some sort of brickwork going on here. And again, you know, let's have a little look here. That's too straight. And what's this? Some sort of cement. Some sort of cement or mixture that's there to hold them together. Okay. And again, straight line, 45 degree. Oh, look at that. Isn't that a nice channel? Nice and smooth, nice and sharp on both sides. Same length or width of cut all along. Probably for a water channel or something. That's probably what this cave is all about. Obviously, the real main feature will be seen later. This is really looking at the rock formation on the mountainside itself, if that's what you want to call it. Again, very interesting how these sort of stones just sit on top of each other at weird angles and have flush sort of surfaces, etc. And again, this one, a nice obvious one that showcases that there is a cement holding these two together. What's that doing in a natural man-made cave? And again, look at it, 45-degree angle, straight, and it's got cement or something, some sort of mixture to hold these rock mixtures together. And again, 45-degree angle cut. It was a bit of a difficult shot to try and get, but actually this just shows you from where I am, this wall goes up a good 20-30 foot and it's completely flush. Again, that's very, very unusual. And again, we've got a nice channel that's been cut into this rock by the looks of it, and strange indent here, may have been through a device or something, I'm not too sure. And again, it carries on and on and on and on. Nice different angles here. No, 45-degree yet again, 45-degree yet again, and again here, very similar to the last shot. In fact, I think it is the same shot. Again, a cement of some sort, a 45-degree angle, and then flush surfaces pretty much, and 3 layers of, looks like man-made rock mixture. So just to look up to the top, it would have been brilliant if I could have got up to the top. I didn't really know how to get up there. But again, just interesting to inspect these places and investigate. Again, nice straight lines, and just very, very interesting to be in this place. And these stairs take you up a level or two and then into the actual cave where the temple is, though it's more like a shrine. And again, just let's have a little closer look here. What's this for? Looks like it's been moulded out for some reason. I think something has been removed from here. And again, anomalous, but looks a bit like lead here. And again, layers. And you can see that, you know, if this was just a rock on a rock, you wouldn't even have that gap. It wouldn't even sit there like that on top. Just doesn't make sense to me. And again, even here it looks like a sort of a render over the top that's fallen away. Possibly. Again, all speculation, but you know, it's good to investigate these things. And again, from the top here, look at this. Straight but ovaled cavity, which comes all the way down. What was that for? And again, just here, very straight cut. Not natural looking to me. Just strange, weird angles, and kind of outer kind of, I don't know, just odd. And again, here's like a bit of a cavity here, and if we look closer, you can see the straight lines that resemble brickwork on the side. Doesn't look quite natural when you start looking and seeing all these straight lines everywhere. To be honest, this shot's just there because it looks quite funky. Don't really see that much. I'm just looking up. Looks very kind of chalky, even though it's actually not. Just some weird cuts and on rocks hanging around the place. Again, layers and 45-degree angles everywhere. Again here, look, is this not cast on top? Look, is this not where a render's fallen away? Is this all a render on top? Seems like it. Again here as well. Look at the angles. Very well set. The more I look at these, the more I'm starting to think that actually we're not looking at anything natural. Just, yes, natural things, but man manipulated. Obviously, you know, they like to tell you something different. It's all natural. But unfortunately, you know, one thing that they don't tell you is nature doesn't really build in straight lines like this. So it's definitely anomalous. And look at these, like, almost remind me of red sandstone walls that I've seen in different places, including in the UK, in like Nottingham and Liverpool. And again, it's been cast, look, and how flush is it? Again, just very interesting. on here, like, just, I don't know, some sort of strange colouring on this stone. Almost blue. It's almost blue. And this just looks like a concrete makeup of some sort. Again, this one's the most flush. Look at that. How flush and clinical is that? And this is a shrine which has elephants with stalactites that have come down and ruined them, apparently. And these are the stairs up out of the cave, and let's just have a closer look on this left hand side with all this sort of stalactite things that apparently come down. What's underneath it though? Let's have a look. I mean, what does that look like to you? It just looks like man-made cast stone, and then all this stalactite effect has come over it and covered it up. But look, under it all is this flush stone. So is it all man-made? I think it might be, and maybe that's why it's called Sarcastic Mountain. Again, here are the stalactite elephants, and obviously, if you'd have come here in the past, you'd have just seen two elephants either moulded or carved out of stone or rock. Okay. Again, all the angles, and it's always in specific sections. Again, from the outside, you can really see how many angles are similar, and nature doesn't do this. This is all done by ancient man. Okay. Look again. And the interesting thing about our tour of Kampot Mountain was that we visited 5 destinations, and only one of them gave us a clue that it was ancient, and it obviously led to the Khmer Empire, and we'll be discussing that more later. Again, I mean, look, come on. Look, to look at that and think it's completely natural, people need to open their eyes a bit more. Again, it's all done in sections, okay? Look, it's almost brickwork on the top here. What's to say this isn't, again, part of an old water complex of some sort? Look at that on the top. Let's have a closer look at this. Look at that. Look how much that just settled on the top of this one. And look just how many straight lines there are. Literally, I could show you 100 straight lines in this alone, in this image. And that bit's a real giveaway right here, isn't it? That's like the big giveaway. All these, look at again, like, you can hear me say it loads. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Very intriguing. Oh yeah, you know, when you're at a natural place, you just get all these strange cut rocks, very angular, completely natural, of course. No questions to be asked whatsoever. No questions to be asked whatsoever about any of these, yeah? Are these just calcifying over time? Intriguing. Again. What is going on with this place? I suppose, you know, when it just creates dramatic, intricate forms and all sorts of angles, you get completely straight lines behind things. I don't think you do. Again, look at how flush that surface is. That's obviously been manipulated. 45 degrees, 45 degrees. And now onto some So here I am in Cambodia, inside a cave, apparently a cave. I'll show you the main feature in a minute. But first of all, just looking around at this cave, at all these incredible sort of cut angles that suggest to me that partly this is man-made a very long time ago. Looking up, let's look up. Little cavity up there. Move that down. You'll see lots of different angles of cut. Lots of 45-degree angles. Look at those. All in the same directions. Nature doesn't do straight lines. Man does. Look at that up there. Look at that. That's just unreal. These angles, unbelievable. We've got the stairs back out of the cave where we came down. In a minute I'm going to show you the main feature. More angles, striations and angles. Again, you just see them everywhere. They all flow in the same direction. Look at geology, it's a geologist's nightmare. They know they're lying. Look at that. Poured in sections and added on top each layer. So as I suggested before, the last space, I think this is another old man, ancient man world complex. But now for the real feature is this incredible little red brick temple within the cave. Just going to go up the step a bit, show you a bit of a different perspective. I'll go up a bit more. And look at above it. Unbelievable. That's so interesting, I haven't even got to that yet. Look at this. Look at all that. No doubt old world. And then the real evidence is right there. So what's to say, like this little mini religious Buddhist temple here that's within it, that the rest of it is also a man-made structure from the ancient world. I bet if you look at the narrative, it'll tell you something completely different. It's just a cave, it's just a mountain, it's just some rock. I'm thinking it might be a bit different to that personally. Let's go and have a proper look, a close-up of some of this brickwork. Look at that, that's unbelievable. You look at the modern world and what do they build now? Could you build that today? Good luck. Really good luck to you if you're going to try. So from the base, the side of it, and of course just above it's just cave, so they say. Just look at this ancient world brickwork, impeccable. It's still survived to this day. Here we are in 2023, looking at something very, very old. Not sure how old, we'll have to have a look.
What intrigues me here is the carving. Oh, mosquito. Look at that. Obviously that has crumbled away or been destroyed a little bit. Maybe it was destroyed because it might just give you a bit of a clue of the symbology as to what this place means. Apart from it being supposedly a religious structure, which it possibly could be. Obviously there's a lot of Buddhism in this country, but as I've researched, a lot of the Buddhist temples before they were Buddhist were actually Hindu temples. So that really interests me as to why that change was made and why the Buddhism overtook these temples, changed them. I have no idea. That's how it's written in the history book. And that change interests me. This side's going to be a bit darker. But again, incredible work. And then that's my wonderful tour guide over here. It's been an absolute gem, bringing me to some of the most incredible place I've been here in Cambodia. Now I'll be allowed in there. Do you know if you're allowed inside? Or it says don't in old temple. Okay. Let's have a peek inside. Wow, and again look, there's red brick. Obviously, it's red brick on the outside, it's going to be red brick on the inside. It's very dark in here, so a bit more difficult to photograph or record. I'd love to know the historical narrative of this. This really is one of the most treasured finds I've ever come across on my travels. I'd recommend Cambodia to anyone. I really do. If you want to discover hidden things, Cambodia is an absolute gem. So obviously it's a very small temple, that was it. Again, just look at it, it's incredible. And then there's the side, look again, at these angles that are in as a feature of these walls of this cave. As so they call it, but as we've been discovering for the last few years, maybe on that really always knew, the historical narrative is usually BS. Maybe we can rewrite the history because it's lies. Anyway, I'm now going to go up these stairs again. Show you some of the cave walls on the way out. Again, just to show you the incredible features in here. An interesting chasm just there. A bit light there. A bit too much sunlight there.